before we get this story started, I just want to thank you guys for all the awesome, amazing, kind comments you guys are leaving on my profile and my videos. I really appreciate them. Reading them really inspires me to keep making more videos and, moving along. The Shoosh Boys are coming out soon. I've got another Why Would You Use That coming out soon. I've been kind of slow because my mom's been pretty ill, like visiting the hospital twice ill. So I've been taking time to help her out and just, so I'm kind of busy just with that and getting ready for college. We're also hitting 500 subs really soon, and to celebrate, I'm gonna come up with some sort of prize or some sort of special video, so y'all keep your eye out for that. Maybe some artwork for your TF2 loadouts, something on the way. So, aside from that, let's put that aside and talk about something very interesting that happened last night to postpone those videos. Something I thought I'd really make a cool thing about. So let's talk about these amazing little scammers I met. Obviously, as I previously stated, I had some other videos planned, including the Shoosh Boys and a episode Why Would You Use That, but obviously from the title and the thumbnail, have I got a story for you boys. This is the story and documentation of how some crafty scammers tried to fool RubberMango. Listen closely because you might have a laugh or learn a thing or two. A month or two back, I had the pleasure of unboxing my very first unusual, a 1972 Burst Chester taunt, an all-class taunt worth a very shiny penny. 95 keys, or about $215.92 to be exact. My idea was to simply sell it or trade it to make a profit and use it to either fund personal stuff or more TF2 items. As one does, I posted a simple advertisement for it on some sites, asking for cash, pure, or overpaying items. This sat there for a really long time, so I just let it sit there and wait for a bite. Well, tonight, the night I'm writing this, previous night, is the night I got a nibble. I'm going to introduce you to the first character here, Mr. Dark-A Masta. Now Dark here sends me a message asking about the taunt. Immediately, he shoots for the item, showing me a link to his backpack.tf inventory. When I see this inventory, I'm greeted with about the 14th most valuable backpack in Team Fortress 2. And I'm very surprised, and I take a look through the inventory. The amount of hats is just incredible. Such a gorgeous collection. But when I click the link to the profile via the Backpack TF page back to the original Steam page, it takes me to a different profile, which immediately is very strange. To double check this, I search the guy's name on Steam. Funny enough, two players pop up with the exact same names and profile, one who's added me to talk, and one whose profile is totally different. I decide to play along and see what would happen and what he would do. At first, he offers to buy all of my unusuals out. This is yet another red flag. I only offer up one extra hat to trade my Medic's unusual alongside with the taunt. He then proceeds to offer me overpaying items that he has in his inventory. I decide to take a good look, and for some strange reason he decides to pay in pures instead. At first he offered these items, and then suddenly decided he didn't want to trade them anymore. It's kind of interesting and strange. Why would somebody just turn around like that? I tried to egg him by saying I'd completely ignore the overpay for a specific crown. And that's a pretty good deal, actually, 10%. But he just seems so dead set to pay keys. At this point, he suggests we have our items verified. Now, with the issue of being scammed items and duped items, the idea of making sure that the items are clean isn't a bad idea at all. I'm all for checking the history of items. So I asked him how this could be done. Typically, we just look at the item's history on Backpack TF, but he had a different idea. In comes character number 2. Super Mario, an alleged Steam trade moderator. Dark asks me to add the supposed trade moderator in order to make sure that the trade is safe and verified. The page looks ridiculous. He has some bogus screenshot of his rep, so keep that in mind, please. He has some bogus screenshot of his rep. He's also running some bogus, quote, inventory verifier program. It's pretty obvious he just renamed a program and ran it. I mean, which FYI is a thing you can do. The only thing that impressed me is the effort he put into the hours of the games he had. Each game had 313 hours exactly, for many games. We started a group chat, and boy does Mario try to sound professional. He explains how he's documenting the trade, how he was using a special program to see into our inventories and, quote, verify item history. Please also keep this in mind. I asked multiple questions while talking to these scammers, and at one point the admin tries to scare me by claiming that anyone being suspicious on video will be reported and banned, which didn't work at all, by the way. it actually only gave me more questions. And then, the golden moment. I would need you guys to send an offer to our bot. The items mentioned earlier, for starters, you would think that your items will be transferred, but you are wrong. The items would have to leave your inventory. Can you see the program I'm running? The bot will just have to see if both traders have the items and will look into the unique item ID of the items. Now pause. Some scammers put in a lot of effort like these guys, but there's a key moment where you can nail the scam. If anyone, and I mean anyone, tries to get you to trade your item to a bot or a middleman without anything in return, it is a scam. Some people fake using middlemen and steal items that way. These guys tried some retarded form of a bot, and when I click the link to see what bot this is, I get a trade window. But when you look at the profile, it's private, with a shitty Steam profile logo, and it has multiple names, and it's level 0. Meanwhile, I'm PMing Dark, bringing up all the suspicious things I'm picking up, and the whole time he's putting on this act saying, well, if you're not okay with it, you can just trade someone else. The quote admin continues to try to assure me that this is all fine and dandy. At this point, we've hit the cliff. There's no more toying with them. This is where it all comes crashing down. I call out their elaborate ruse, and the first thing they do is laugh it off and try to make it seem like I'm being the difficult one. As I'm actually commending them in their efforts, they go offline. You see, the thing with most scammers and cheaters is once you catch them, or you ask too many questions, they immediately block you. But these guys were a little smarter about it. They pretended to laugh it off, like, oh, this guy's just being paranoid, I guess we're not going through with the trade at all. But I knew better. These guys were trying to slowly play it off here. Once they go offline, the first trader, Dark, blocks me, and Mario unfriends me. Now friends, there's one very important thing to remember. There is no such thing as item verification or item checking, or Steam admins. Valve does not conduct official business over Steam chat, so I decided to do some digging after these two. First, let's take a look at Dark's actual rep on his fake account. Is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Oh, it's bad. Banned for fraud.
No, that's not good.
Oh, I'm sure Mario is legit, right? Let me just copy his link. Fraud and verification scam. Oh no. But even funnier, when you read the reports on their bans, Dark has the typical ban, the admin reports him and their conversation and issues them the standard impersonation ban. But when you look at Mario's ban, the admin provides a full chat log of the scam. Funny enough people, Mario is the said middleman admin for a trade between these two players. One named K45K and the other one named Darky Masta. These fucking idiots didn't even bother trying to hide their tracks. These kinds of people are worse than hackers in my opinion, honestly. Imagine looking someone like this in the eyes while they tried to pull some shit like this. They couldn't look you in the eyes, they really couldn't. These dishonest and nasty scum-like people really make me sick, man. And wow, they really do try really hard to take your money. Now, let's go over the red flags here. 1. A private account with a link to a different inventory which leads back to a different account. 2. Offers to buy all of my valuable items I have even though I was looking to sell only one. 3. Refuses to do a direct trade with me, insists on a third party. 4. Faking a Steam staff position. 5. Using a program to verify an item, supposedly, when Backpack TF can do it in a browser. 6. Asking me to trade to a bot for nothing in return. 7. Banned from trading websites. And 8. Marked as scammers. I hope anybody who wants to trade or gets started into trading high value items learns something, because these people will try to steal your items. These guys tried a lot harder than most people I've met. Other people do the standard middleman scam. There are very specific things they will do or try to say to fool you. Always trace accounts with the original links. View their true reputation with Steam Rep, and most importantly, string them along. It makes for a hilarious time and a pretty good video. Please keep all these red flags in mind and watch your back guys when you're trading, because you don't want to end up being scammed. Until the next one folks, Mango's out.